And I'm a leadership consultant for organizations. I don't really know what that means. I'm still trying to figure it out, as I move along in this journey. And what I'm here for this afternoon is really a little bit of investigation and a little bit of reflection with all of you. I don't have any PowerPoint slides, not even one. So if you guys have a deep-rooted affinity towards slides, I'm sorry, you're going to miss that this session, If you feel something really drastic is missing in your life, I think the next session you might be granted your wish again. So please, feel free to survive with me. Okay. And people who've attended the morning sessions, a lot has been heard so far around the theme that we have today, right? What is the theme of our conference today, everyone? People, purpose, and passion. You had to look over there, huh? Yes. I had to many times also just to remember, Okay. So in that, I need your help, really, because I want to start off with an investigative process, right? Uske liye, since we're all right after lunch also, let me request you to stand up, please, all of you. Okay. So what we are going to start off our session with, people who are walking in, please feel free to join as soon as you can. What we're going to start off with, my friends, is something called word pairs. What's going to happen is I'm going to give you one word pair at a time. Okay? One word pair which will have two words. I will give you ek ek karke. Your task is going to be to choose the word out of the word pair which you can relate to as a person with, that you resonate to as an individual with, not depending on your like or dislikes or your choices, simply based on, as an individual human being, what do you relate to more with? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yes? So for example, and again, not to hurt anybody's sentiments if you don't eat eggs, but if I say a word pair, scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs, that's one word pair, for example. Scrambled eggs, yeah, hard-boiled egg. Now, as a person, what are you more like? Are you more like scrambled eggs? Are you more like hard-boiled eggs? There is no right or wrong in this. There is no better or worse. It's just the meaning and the judgment and the perception that you allocate to this word, right? And it's all correct. And all of us being, presumably, all of us being smart and mature people, life has given us enough lessons really to operate on both sides of this spectrum, right? We know how to function as scrambled also, we know how to function as hard-boiled also, as and when the situation demands, right? But the natural tendency will be higher towards one than the other, and that is the reality that I want you to stay with, please. Okay, for this task. Clear, everyone? Ask questions if any doubts around the instructions. Is it clear what we are going to do? Yes? I'm going to give you one word pair at a time. You will choose one word out of that pair. My fault. Which you relate to as a person with. Right? Okay, so let's start with the same one then. Scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs? All the scrambleds, please stay to my right. All the hard-boiled eggs, please come to my left. Not based on your best friend's choice, man, choose for your own self. So this side is? Scrambled over here to my right, please. And hard-boiled eggs to my left, please, on this side. और समझ नहीं आ रही अभी तो टेंशन मत लो, बीच में you can be for a while, right? It's all good, right? Human processes normally take a while to figure out, right? Okay. So obviously we will not have an opportunity for everybody to share in every round. So let's try a couple of people each from each side to share every round, and let's try to cover as many people as possible, right? So let's start with this side, please, first. Who wants to?
I'll interrupt you for a second. Your session chairman, Mr. Amit Agarwal, MD.
Genius Apparel is here. May I invite you to take out?
Please continue.
So when the chairman comes and seamlessly fits in, what kind of behavior is that? Scrambled or hard-boiled?
Time management.
Scrambled? No, I disagree with that. Your time management has been on full display over here, you know. Okay, so let's start with a couple of people on this side, please. Why scrambled? That's the first level of reflection that I want you to do, है ना? आपने क्यों choose किया है scrambled? And by being that way, what is the impact that you think you are having on your current environment? Current environment, of course, I mean, and I'm talking workplace in general, but you can extrapolate it to the larger extent of life also. What impact do you think you are having on your environment, which is the people around you, your structures, your support systems, your stakeholders, maybe your family members' relationship, as far as you want to think? The whole idea is ki, let's go down a little bit within ourselves, as much space as the food permits us to right now, you know, and then let's see what happens, right? So, who wants to start off? Why scrambled, and what's the impact you think you're causing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I choose scrambled because of, I think I can change myself as per the environment or requirement.
Okay.
So it's not a thing I am just complete, I will not change.
Okay.
There is a requirement, I can change myself.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
And impact you think that is causing?
Yeah, in fact, like in the relationship. So I can be, just make a healthy relationship with the different persons because I can change myself as per their, choice and their likes something.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Sorry.
You want to go, please? Yes.
Sir, scrambled because what I think leadership is of two types. First of all, we can say task-oriented and human relation-oriented. So if you go for task-oriented means you are hard-boiled egg.
I'm not asking for a judgment, my friend.
No, sir. What I perceive that only I am telling. So scrambled means you are flexible and you can adapt to any situations. So which is very important for us because what the market is doing is constantly changing. So if you need to have some changing nature so that you can adapt to various things.
Okay.
That's all.
Fair enough. Thank you. One more, please, from this side. Anybody? Yes, sir.
Because scramble is like a heterogeneous way of management. And once you got heterogeneous way of management, you can accommodate everybody in your company according to the need and necessity of the system.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a different opinion?
Go ahead, please. I'll allow a different opinion. Last one from this side for this round.
Scrambled for me is more like scattered. Okay, not organized. So personally speaking, it disrupts my plans or, my submission dates. I'm not in the stakeholder or in the company, I'm too young for that. So yeah, not, flexible. It's not flexible for me, scrambled. It's more like scattered.
Okay.
The bad kind.
Okay. Don't worry about the good and bad, It'll all work out in the end. Okay, our hard boils being patient. Who wants to start us off? Anybody? I see your hand coming halfway up. Yes.
Yes, I feel that I agree with her. It's a bit scattered. So I believe I'm in side of an hard. Why? Because just because somebody says, or even if a leader or maybe boss says that this has to be done, and it has to be convincing. It's very important for me that I should get convinced that why it has to be done. Right. If he says that it's brown, I should see it's brown. If I will not say it just because the leader is saying it. So, and that's in normal human being as also. It does not mean that I'm not flexible enough. I do change it, and nobody has ever complained in this regard for me. But just that they always appreciated that I have a strong opinion.
Okay.
So that's why I feel that they also put in a lot of thought process when they have to. Convince me to get a done, and that they get a different point of view. So they have appreciated. That's why I feel that I'm a bit hard in that way.
Okay, thank you. I hope you're recording this for her boss. Anybody else on this side? Hard boils? Yes, Ayush.
So even if I have any personal problem or any, you can say kind of a disaster in life going on, but nobody in my professional life would be able to know that I am having some kind of problem in that. So in that sense, I am a hard-boiled person. That whatever within is, it's within, and you just cannot see and judge me that there is a problem with it.
And what's the impact that that causes on people around you?
Yeah, because if I just keep on telling my problems to people, it will spread negativity. So what I try is that even if I have a problem with me, I keep that, not negativity exactly, but if I am low, I keep that lowness just with me and not spread to the people. So that keeps my, it helps me stay positive and spread positivity in my environment.
Okay, thank you for sharing. One more please from this side. Last, anybody? Hard-boiled? No hard-boiled. You? No? Okay, yes.
Actually,
Good observation. What happened to the guys, man? Wake up.
Hard boil is like why I choose, because I want to like change the environment, but in the sense what I am. I don't want to change like environment is. So that's why.
Good.
And plus she added the point that I don't want to like separate my own problems to the environment.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much. Okay, so you're getting a hang of this so far, I hope, everyone? Because I'm going to move on to the next word pair, right? And please don't be lazy to move from one side to the other if you have to. Okay, good man, good. I wonder what you ate, you know? Okay, so next one, my friends. Are you more like a mechanic or a gardener? Mechanics to my right, please. Gardeners to my left, please. Yeah, that's fine. As a person, are you more like a mechanic or a gardener? So we have mechanics over here, right? And gardeners over here. So let's start with the mechanics again. Who wants to go? Someone who hasn't shared so far. Why mechanic? And what do you think is the impact this is causing? Yes? You're figuring it out? Okay. Go ahead, please. Kumar.
This time nothing, anything about the industry, but for talking to my personal life. I have completed my MBA in 2017, and now recently I have joined the company, Aniti April LLP. So I think something like mechanic, because I have to perform what my senior says. So it's something like mechanic to me. That's all.
Otherwise, there will be no garden for the mechanic,
Yes,
huh?
no garden for me.
Okay, man. Sounds fair. Who else on this side? Mechanics? Yes? Okay. And if you'd like to add also, please feel free, right? And
Hello.
likewise.
It depends upon the label of the employee. Down the line,
So we're talking about you right now, you know.
then I am a gardener only. I mean, I'm in mid of both mechanic and gardener.
We are both a bit of everything, you know. More, what are you more like? So either,
Yes.
whichever side, you can.
So then I have to give the microphone to you. I am a gardener.
Okay, let's see who else wants to respond as a mechanic. Nobody. Okay, let's move on to gardener then. You can start us off as a gardener.
Yes,
Why?
it is important because mechanical way does not, because we deal with human, right? And mechanics will not always be worthwhile playing with them, right? It is short of mentoring or all other things. So you have to be gardener. You have to nurture your people.
Okay.
You have to nurture your people. You have to guide them well. Like a plant going upwards. If you do not tie anything, then it will bend, right? So in that way only.
Okay, okay, good analogy. Gardeners. Yes, please. Or maybe I give her a chance first. Yes, please.
I'm a gardener because I've learned a lot of things in my life, if in terms of my professional and a personal. Professionally, I have learned a lot of things. I've implemented that thing in my organization, and the impact was very positive. So I'm a gardener.
Okay, fair enough. Yes,
I choose this gardener because every day we nurture our people.
sorry.
We nurture our peoples every day, whomsoever working with us in our company, in our society, in our friendship, in our relations. Whenever you feel that you can nurture a body, a person, you always do that. That's why I choose this.
Okay, fair enough. You wanted to say something? Last one, please.
I just choose gardener because, the gardener can, just grow and can make a new thing, a completely new thing, can a plant or a flower or some fruit plant. So being a IT guy, I can make a new things for industry or for a better technology, and human being.
We're coming up with some grand statements, no? Well thought out words. And they sound so pleasing when they're coming out, no? Okay, good. Next word pair, my friends, okay? And people who haven't shared yet, an invitation this time to all of you. Okay, next one. Are you more like a waterfall or a fountain? A waterfall or a fountain? Waterfalls to my right, please. Fountains to my left, please. And while you are making these different choices, just start to see if there is a pattern which evolves for you based on the different choices that you're making for yourself, right? And what might this pattern mean to you, right? We're just trying to make this meaning for our own selves, that's all, right? Okay, so waterfall or fountains. We have waterfalls on this side, half the waterfall sitting down, half the waterfall still flowing. It's okay. So who wants to start from waterfalls? Why waterfall and the impact? Somebody who hasn't shared yet? Nobody wants to take a chance? Okay, there you go.
Why waterfall? Because waterfall is a running water. And because being a professional, HR professional, we have to be very down to earth. Because here we have to manage from A to Z, from top level to worker level. So we have to handle all kind of people. So this is the reason.
So you mean you handle them by?
Yes, through our experiences.
Okay, okay. Who else on this side? Don't look at each other, You're all waterfalls. Did you want to say something, ma'am? No? Okay, okay. Ayushi? Yes.
Because I believe in making a huge impact. So I think waterfall is something that has got a lot of impact because it is coming with a lot of pressure. So I believe I consider it my personality in that way.
As long as you know where it's falling, no?
Yeah, definitely.
Waterfall or fountain? Waterfall? You're on this side, my friend. Yes, please.
I choose this waterfall because I feel it clean all the dirty things. Going to the sea or anywhere, that's why I choose this.
Okay, okay. But you're making sure you're washing that off of you also, right?
In the management system, we cannot work with the rule of thumb.
Okay.
We cannot rule with the thumb rule. We have to be a little positive and always ready to accept new ideas, new thoughts, and with the change of the system. So waterfall, our management should be like a waterfall, not like a rule of thumb or like a fountain.
Okay, okay. Message in a bottle for somebody. Okay, fountains. Who wants to share? That cluster over there has just been smiling the whole time, not enlightening us with your thoughts. Go ahead, please.
I have chosen fountain because fountain is supposed to make other people happy. And some pressure has been used to make the water up. This is my reason of choosing.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yes, sir. No? Anybody? Fountains? Yes.
Waterfall is like scattering. So I don't want to scatter. I want to look beautiful. So it's like fountain is very beautiful. So that's why I chosen.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, last one, please.
I go for fountain because of thrust. Because if thrust is there, then only the fountain will move up. Means if you have pressure, you will grow up. And it is the responsibility of the management to help the organization to reach their goal. And the goal, we should aim something high. We have been taught aim high, aim high. If you aim for high, means you need a pressure, and pressure. If you have the pressure, you will definitely move up. Because the fountain, you can see Newton's third law is there. You can apply that also.
So management needs to be both waterfall and fountain in that case. Oh, tough one, man. Okay. So the camera crew is really asking us to sit down so they can have a better view. But I'm requesting you to please stand up for one last round. Everybody, please, sitting down, please stand up for a minute. And sorry, in a minute, you'll be able to capture our faces also, not just our behinds, Okay, so the last word pair, my friends? Are you more like purpose or are you more like passion? Are you more purpose or are you more passion? Purposes to my right, please. Passions to my left, please. Dal badalte rehna chahiye, huh? Okay, so we have purposes over here and passions over here. All right, who wants to start us off? Anybody? Why purpose? Why do you think you were more like purpose? No? Okay. Yes, please. I give him first and then I come to you. Yes? Yes, please.
Yes. Without purpose, passion cannot be driven. It cannot arise. Right? So once I am more like a purpose, if I have a purpose, like goal or objective, right, then only I will have a passion to go to that purpose, to achieve that thing.
Okay. If you can please pass it on.
In any company or any management system, we got goals and objectives of the company. So first we have to make the goals, objectives, and what we want to achieve, and what is our purpose of meeting, purpose of this company. So the whole plan we make it, our goal or objectives we make it with the purpose to achieve that. Passion is the one particularly you have a motivation to do that. But unless and until your goal and objective, your passion or your motivation will not lead to the results.
Okay, fair enough. One more from this side, anybody? Yes, please.
That word purpose, it creates more thing to do for man. If you are standing here, it's a purpose to increase our knowledge. So, purpose is a example, a motivational word, or give some topics, some goals to people, what to do, how to achieve their goals. So that patience is after that the purpose. So that I choose the purpose.
Okay, thank you. All right. Somebody new from this side, full of passion. Who wants to share? Yes, please.
I feel I'm a passion because I work with a company where I handle the sales. So for me, doing sales is a passion. Getting new customer for my company is a passion. Answering to him when says like we are here for a purpose, the one can also say that yes, knowing new things is my passion. So that's the reason we are here.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, please.
I am more like the waterfall, free flowing and natural, and I feel the word passion resonates with those two.
Take it. Fair enough. One more, please. Anyone? Any passionate soul ready to share? Why? Well, it's same usual suspects every time. Yes.
But if you want to achieve something, for that you have to become a passionate person. And after that you can achieve, because you should have a passion about that. Something, passionate in your life. I'm a passionate person.
Something different you want to add? Or?
I can say, of course, purpose is an important thing. But, I think most of the people have the purpose. But without the passion, they are not achieving the purpose. So passion is more important than the purpose.
Okay, my friends. Please have a seat, everyone. Thank you for bearing with me for so long. Come. Please. Okay. So at the start I said part of my objective of being here and spending this time with you is also for my self-interest of investigation. And the investigation that I was really up for, which is why I chose this word pair to lead us into that conversation, is what fuels what? Does purpose come first or does passion come first? And as you saw quite naturally while people picking both these sides, you could see, okay, it works differently for different people. For some people, maybe it's passion that ignites everything else. For some, maybe it's the purpose which ignites everything else. So it can flow both ways, right? For example, this gentleman, Ritan Kapoor. So he was a flight attendant on an international route for Air India many years, you know. And one fine evening in Bombay, standing on his hotel balcony, he saw all these children and slums in Bombay, how it is, we all know, right? And that just ignited this passion in him, that why this discrepancy, you know? And we all go through those emotions at different parts and different points in our lives. What we choose to do about it is really a different story. But he said, why this discrimination, you know? And I want to do something about it. So he quit his career, and that's how the organization CRY, if you know about it, that's how it came about, right? It stemmed from his passion to do something for kids. Similarly, for some of us, it's the purpose of wanting to achieve something or wanting to be somewhere, which really takes care of everything else which has to follow. If you look at this from an organizational perspective, and a lot of us play dual roles in our organization. One as a supervisor and one as a supervisee. At whatever level, doesn't matter, but those are the two roles that most of us have played or are currently playing. Right? Both as a supervisor and supervisee. Now looking at both of these entities, a supervisor and a supervisee, what do you think? Let's talk about the supervisor first. For a supervisor to cascade his or her vision, his or her views, his or her way of doing things across the organization, across different levels, the point of operation for a supervisor, does it have to come more from a passion standpoint or a purpose standpoint? And similarly, for a supervisee, is it more stemming from the passion or purpose? What do you think? Is it different? Is it the same? And of course, we know it can be both ways, but in these two different roles, right? As a supervisor and a supervisee, do you think there is a slight difference or no? Yes? What do you think? Do you want to elaborate a little bit? Sorry?
Supervisor.
You can keep sitting if you want, no problem.
Supervisor can do the work, take some work with us, or supervising is a management side.
Okay, that's the management side. ठीक है. So again, going back to my question, right? What's the point of operation for a supervisor?
Supervisor has more vision. He has more experience. He can foresee. He has supervision to see what is going to come in future and how we are going to manage all those critical.
True, those are skills that he needs to become a successful supervisor, right? But again, my question is, does the fire in a supervisor come more from passion, which will help him work with the rest of his organization, work with the rest of his team? And does the fire in the team come more from the purpose that they are working for? Just take your own instance. You are working in different organizations, different roles, different capacities right now. Right? Right? How is it working for you at different levels? And how do you see it working for your seniors or juniors at different level? Just a simple investigation.
I think
for your own
supervisor
self.
and supervisory is the best example is a train. The engine is like the supervisor, and all the this part is a supervisory, because all the fire and all the passion in the engine just can lead the train and can run the whole train where the way they want to go. That's it.
Why do you laugh after your own answer, Yes.
Supervisor is more about passion and supervisee is more about what was the other thing? Purpose.
You already forgot. Okay. Fair enough. Again, there is no conclusive evidence on this, guys. The only reason I wanted to bring this up was that you know really what is my point of operation in my role. As a manager, am I working more with my passion ki haan yaar mujhe to chahiye, I'm blindly in love with this, and that is why I'm trying to run this vision, that is why I'm trying to run these plans, that is why I'm devising these 2020, 2025 visions. What is it? And on the other side, if it's somebody who's not recipient of that, where is the mismatch over here? That's just the point I want you to ponder on for yourself. Okay, research still is inconclusive about this, whether at a leader's perspective you operate more from passion, or from a supervisee's perspective you operate more from purpose. It's still inconclusive, but you need to still be aware in your normal routine, right? So now, having this much background that, okay, either one can fuel the other one, an organization comes up with a purpose, for example, right? Let's say Disney. Everyone's heard of Disney, right? People with kids know Disney very well, right? The purpose of Disney as an organization is to make people happy. That's their purpose. The purpose for Nike is to innovate in style and technology for every athlete. That's their purpose. Okay? Innovate style and technology for every purpose. For every athlete, sorry. The purpose for a pharma company can be to provide affordable and easily available drugs for all people. The purpose for Wellspun is to create an emotional connect with their customers based on their store experience, based on our design factors. What do you think is a common factor between all these purpose statements that different organizations have? What is one common underlying factor for all these purpose statements? To make people happy, to provide affordable, cost-effective, and approachable drugs to everybody, to make every athlete innovative in technology and style. What is the underlying similarity? Okay, passion is one. What else? Service is one. Customer satisfaction. Sorry? Fulfilling that requirement. Fulfilling need of society. Yes, sir?
To achieve the goal of the company.
To achieve goal of the company. All of those. But only that a purpose is never fulfilling. To make people happy. If that is my purpose, there is not going to be one day when I wake up and I hear the news on a radio channel or in my in-shorts that, okay, today, 9 September 2017, all people are happy. It will never arrive. Similarly, for drugs, I want to make affordable, cost-effective, available drugs for everybody. There will never be a point where I will say, okay, now it is fully affordable. I continually have to keep working on it to make every athlete a source of redesign, technology, all those. There will never be a day when it has reached there, right? Or Wellspun says to make an emotional connect with my customer. There will never be a day where it will be fulfilled. It has to be ongoing. That is the nature of purpose. Never to be fulfilled. Then it is a big purpose, right? And that's how organizations devise their purpose. With this background now, can everyone see this? People in the back? It's okay for you? Yes? How about here? Yes? Okay, good. So I have the organization and I have the individual, right? People at different levels working for different purposes. It could be my personal, it could be the organizational purpose, it could be a social purpose. It could be just the purpose of having a job and getting a paycheck on the first of every month. It could be a purpose of just doing something meaningful rather than just sleeping at home all day, whatever it might be, right? But there is something which is propelling this action out of me, right? And a purpose being an unfulfilling entity. Towards this unfulfilling purpose, now there are several visions which need to work, right? So I have a purpose to make people happy. Towards that, I have a vision 2020. By 2020, we need to do so much. Vision 2025, we need to do so much. Vision, so on and so forth. So many visions which will come together in trying to achieve this purpose. With me so far? Everyone? Right? And that's where organizations then come in and say, okay, what is the organization vision and what is the individual vision? Right? All of you in HR, you've of course worked with this in the past, right? That's what brings us to this point. Okay, let's work with an organization vision and an individual vision, because from here, an overarching purpose with several visions which will help me fulfill that purpose. 2, several missions which will help me fulfill those visions. 2, business plans and action plans, which is actually things happening on ground. This is how organizations really work, right? But this is not what we are worried about over here today, right? My focus really is over here with this background now. I have an organization vision, I have an individual vision, and again it could work either way, where my motivation is coming from, a larger purpose or just a job, or I love my boss, or what is it really, This overlap here, the more significant this overlap is, the more defined and concrete my success is, and clear my success is. As an organization, when I say organization, of course, my business and people both, right? When now, even since morning, we've been hearing, okay, organizations saying, people, man, people is what matters, people is what matters. Somebody saying people are going to be obsolete. Somebody saying never obsolete. Again, a debate where we are not going to arrive at a finality, at least not today, right? So if this is the overlap that needs to happen between my vision and the organization vision, what is your job, which is critical in trying to make this happen? What is the role that you need to play, both as a leader, as an HR person, as an employee of an organization, as a leader, whatever role you associate yourself with, right? It's okay. What is it that you really need to focus on as an individual contributor? That's a question now to you guys, right? To make this overlap more effective. Because otherwise it will always be two separate entities floating around. And whatever we talked about, we saw those graphs about profitability, turnover rates, all those things. It all comes from here. The lesser this overlap is, the more people are going to leave your organization. Because it doesn't match me, man. If I just need money, I can do something else. Not fulfilling enough, sorry. The more overlap I see, okay, the more meaning I see, fine. The more value I see, fine. So, comes back to you, what do you think in your role today is most critical in devising this overlap? How can this happen? To arrive at a common purpose. Very good. What else? Achieve the goal of the organization. So, sir, hey, right? That we have to do it in any case, right? That's why probably I still have this job, because I'm trying to help the organization achieve its goals. But is it really my goal? I don't care. Next year, organization grows 10%, 20%, 30%, minus 10%. मेरा paycheck आ रहा है. Right? So I'm getting down and dirty over here. Right? But really, for this to be effective, even for your own personal self, right? If this is your individual vision, this is your organization's vision which you are working for this overlap to happen for your personal self, what do you think is most critical? Of course, having a shared purpose is very important. What else? What are the factors? Sorry? Very good. Value systems. That is why organizations devise values, OKG, because we are going to operate over here. So, timeliness, customer centricity, okay, all that. You know? Responsiveness, oh, okay. You know? Responsiveness to everything but this overlap, you know? Take care, very good. So we have values, shared purposes. What else? Think for yourself, how will it work for you? And I'm not even asking you to share it in this forum, right? But right now, if you feel that there needs to be some overlap or more overlap than what exists right now for you in your job, what needs to happen for you to facilitate this overlap a little more? I'm sorry, sir? Okay, my responsibility to the organization. ठीक है, responsibility, of course. Yes, yes, please.
Sir, individual factor.
Oh, call me Passi ji. Don't call me sir.
Domination of the individual factor and the company's objective should not be overlapping, and he should control his human factor and sensitivity of his mind and system.
Okay, very good. So how will that happen? That's my question.
That will be suppose anybody is suppose I'm an individual. I got my certain habits, certain system, and with the age factor and all that, I will always try to have some own policies. I know the objective of the company has appointed me, has put me on the job, but sometimes my own factor plays a very important role. Under that system, I try to see myself while coming to the office in the morning, that what is the objective of the company and what is mine. I should not overlap that. And I try to minimize my own objective as far as possible to achieve the company's objective.
Okay, okay. That's how it works for you. That's fair enough. Anybody from the back? People, I appreciate you guys being such wonderful listeners, you know. Something you want to throw light upon? How do you think this works for you? How does your individual vision overlap with the organization, your organization's vision? How is it helping you achieve that fulfillment? You know, what is a critical factor for you which will help achieve that marriage? Nothing. This can never be achieved. All people come under one thumbs rule. ठीक है जी. I wonder what that rule is, you know. Yes, that's what she said, you know, that shared purpose needs to be devised. That is why, you know, a lot of us are working. What is the job of a leader in trying to create this? What's the job of a leader?
To lead the team. To lead the team.
Take it in trying to achieve this.
To identify the vision.
Take care, very good. Identify vision. I'm asking not manager right now, I'm asking the leader.
To maximize that overlap.
Very good. To maximize that overlap. Very good. ठीक है, लगे रहो. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. First of all, since you're talking about leadership, don't be looking for any definitive answers. Otherwise, everybody would be a great leader, right? In all your careers, your life, you think of a great leader who comes to your mind. And I'm not even talking about the Mahatma Gandhis of this world, who we've only seen or read about. I'm talking about real flesh and blood, people that you've worked with actually. Whether it's family members, your organization, real people that you've interacted with. And I ask you, okay ji, koi real leader ke baare mein socho, real life. How many can you think of? Maybe one. Maybe. Who you say, I want to be like this fellow man. Anybody here who can think of more than two? I doubt it. Because it's not easy. Right? Because to create this overlap, this is what great leaders are trying to do. Trying to create this for you and for the organization, right? So trying to increase this overlap slowly, one step at a time. That's the job of a leader, right? What's the job of a manager? Same ही तो है जी. अच्छा. Sorry?
Manage the leader.
Manage the leader. Oh, that's what's keeping all our organizations busy, by the way. Managing my own boss. Don't give me any more KRAs. Don't give me any more, targets. My boss is good enough. So, what do you think a manager has to do in this?
That is again, leader and manager is more or less same job.
Same हो गया.
To accomplish the company's objective.
Objective तो accomplish करना है, right? इसमें leader का role हो गया कि भाई we are trying to make sure, not minimize, to maximize, right? Manager का क्या job हो गया इसमें? Company के लिए तो दोनों ही काम कर रहे हैं.
Manager without facility cannot work. And leader who creates the facility.
He also cannot work. He also cannot work.
Sir, manager job is to manage the system. What are the company system that he has to manage? And he has to see that a job has been assigned to A, B, C, D. Accordingly, they are doing and not doing.
ठीक, good.
That is the manager job.
ठीक.
The manager system should work accordingly.
ठीक है, very good. So now from a leader's perspective, if my job is to slowly try to increase this reflection, right? What do I need to change first and foremost about myself to be able to do that for people? As a leader, what do I need to change about myself? Attitude हो गया one, yes?
Set examples.
Such as? ठीक है? Ethical is good to have, right?
You yourself should have that maximized overlap.
Very good, very good. That's one example that I can set for my people if I have that overlap displaying in my own work, in my own role. What else? As a leader, what do I need to really change in my way of doing and thinking to make this more effective?
By reducing work stress and to maximize the vision.
ठीक है? How can he reduce this work stress?
By providing better facilities.
Did you fill the feedback form in your office on the back desk? भर दिया आपने? Okay, good. Good behavior, yes? Someone was saying something.
Psychology has to change, the mind psychology has to change. And he is working for the company's objective, not for his individual objective.
Mindset, okay, ठीक है?
Change his whole attitude from purposive to passionate to become passionate.
Well, maybe not. See, right? Not necessarily that he has to move. The whole thing is to investigate the question that I asked you in the word pair. Very simple question. What is the impact that I'm causing right now? Right? If the impact that I'm causing is all desirable and you're happy with it, both in terms of individual outcomes and organizational outcomes and your personal fulfillment as a leader, then you don't need to change anything. If the impact that you're causing is something different from what you're actually envisioning or what you're hungry for, then only there's an opportunity for you to change, right? Huh? Training. You know, we all need different shapes and forms, right? So, really, I just wanted to bring this point forth, you know, that going forward when you return back to work, just keep in mind, you know, when you're working with your own self and also with your people, just try to figure out what are the key elements for you as an individual which are falling in this space over here. What are the key factors which actually determine and define you as an individual, which are still falling over here, outside the organization's scope. Okay. Similarly, what are the factors in the organization's scope which are outside of your vision? When you're working with people, very important to identify that, and then whatever IDPs, evaluations, trainings, whatever else, you know, missions which are identified should be identified based on that. But the first step of provocation and investigation really is this. First, to find out for my own self, yaar kuch aa bhi raha hai beech mein ki nahi. I tried to do this, you know, few years ago with myself. When I first did it, I was shocked, man. I said, I've been fooling myself. I've been lying to myself. Because I see no overlap really between myself and what I'm doing. So what's the point? ठीक है जी, बिल्कुल जी. Yes, right? So that really, I wanted to leave you with that thought, you know, and that is why I chose to steer clear from slides. And so I'll give you a few seconds to internalize this. You know, I think some of you already have, some of you are still wondering what the hell is he talking about, but that's okay. That's supposed to happen after a conversation like this, right? I think, do we have a few minutes for questions, right? Okay. So any questions, please?
Not just directing fully, but listening more carefully.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. One of the biggest things, you know, I've been working as a consultant now for 15 years almost, you know, and this is my second career really. I was a research analyst in semiconductors in the US, so I have an engineering background. That's where I figured out no overlap, man, you know, because I don't get it. And now being a consultant for 15 years, working with organizations, people at different levels, this, you know, what you just mentioned, that's one of the biggest impediments really for the team to move forward, right? People just feel nobody in my team, on my floor, you know, on my bench, whatever you want to call it, nobody is really ready to invest or listen to me. Of course, that's a big thing. You know, we discard it as something, yaar ye to pata hi hai, suni to rahe hain sabki, hamari kaun sun raha hai? What else? Any other comments, questions, thoughts, surprises? You wanted to say something? No? No questions? Okay, wonderful. Thank you then everyone for being participative and interactive, and please continue to look for that overlap for yourself and your people, because that is where both the gardener and the mechanic exist. Okay? Okay, thank you guys. Huh? Good. Thank you, sir.
I would like to thank Mr. Ashish Passi for sharing the knowledge with all the participants, and I would like to thank all the participants for actively participating in the session. And with that, we come to the conclusion of this. Thank you, everyone.